looks like he's going to go for Mikhail's Crucible next, which is extremely smart against an Ashe. The person gets hit by an arrow, boom, they're out of it. Their engage is stopped. And that might throw off barrels in the future, it might throw off some other things, but that's the thing, stunting that primary engage with gravity.
See Locket of Iron Solari on both sides as well. Definitely a necessity in this one, and Balls finally finished that Zanya's a bit ago, so priority target for gravity here. They may be able to switch things up if Balls can use that nicely with his Rumble ultimate and the high, and high hitting his.
It's actually funny, you mentioned the Locket of the Iron Solari on high. He wasn't usually one to build it. He was playing Shyvana, he was playing Nidalee, and Elimination was building it, even though Elimination wasn't really the one building it back when he was with Meteos. That one's just going to go wide. But the Locket was built on the jungler, so you could prioritize Zeke's for Elimination. If that hadn't have happened, they wouldn't have had that team fight go the way it did. So in retrospect, that's a very, very good build order for both the jungler and support, each holding a little bit of the weight to enable sneaky.
Yep. And Fufu's job as well to stay in range of Ashe, so even more, always giving the resistances over and not leaving her behind. Haunter, more appeal for him. Randuin's Omen built after his Hex Drinker and his Banshees failed. It was pretty much rushed after that Hex Drinker.
How many wards are there even on the map for Cloud9? It looks like there's just one or two. There's three.
They're getting deleted a bit because it was just the ping forward.
There's
like
all these
slaughter coming in from
They're
gravity.
rushing the Baron down because they have so much vision here. It's going to go down before they even get there.
Didn't even get to look at it. Cloud9 now retreating on this. They're placing all the wards that they have as they're fighting. That's how they're getting the vision. Keen in a very bad spot gets locked up immediately and deleted. Alltech now is crushed. That's exactly why Bunny Fufu has been hip and hip with Alltech this game. We see how fast he goes down without peel. Haunter now gnawing everyone into the wall, but the follow-up is still there from Cloud9. They choose to go for lanes. Top is already pushing.
They gave up Baron, but it's a 2,000 gold difference still. Cloud9 winning the teamfight off the back of it, catching Keen just on the edge of the Curse of the Sad Mummy, and they had sectioned them off, splitting them 2 and 3, and that was the skirmish that Cloud9 wanted. Diana doesn't want to go into 5 people. Go into 2 people, great scenario.
Very careful here about what move can do. Actually, ultimate's down for him, so Cloud9, knowing that, are going to be able to stay a little bit longer. Absolutely shredding him. We haven't really seen Sneaky and the rest of the team be at a turret just yet, but that's what Tristana does for a living, is drop turrets. They get an inhibitor turret first one of the game.
This is pretty much off of sheer teamfight power from Cloud9. They aren't warding and rotating off objectives. Gravity is the one winning objectives. Save for turrets now, because Cloud9 has been winning some teamfights and taking them afterwards. But Dragons, Barons, all over to Gravity so far, and C9 are just trying to force their way into this game.
This is a very scattered fight. All peel up would really...
Yeah, 3 people go off to the right,
just peel
and
up.
then High gets Keen. And everybody, that's a miscommunication there. And all of the tanks are off on the right side. Your squishy damage dealers, your AD carry and your mid lane are off on the left.
Side dish.
Keen walked too far forward there. He did not want to get out. He wanted to go in.
Well, from positioning almost, you'd think your team was ready to fight. Woo! The teleport coming in, they want to take down Balls immediately. He still has an ultimate to throw down, slow the majority of the team, but he doesn't even need to. Cloud9 is actually ready to turn and look at this fight. Does not look like either team is going to take it, however. Wards both sides, so no flanks are going to be coming in on this one. Probably just back and pick up resources in the jungle. 2 Zanyas now for Cloud9. Going to make the fighting a little bit easier for them. Might even start to see some of those elixirs start to come out to push players over the edge in these fights.
It's much harder for Gravity to take these team fights too. When you have 2 Zanyas and you have this Tristana that's being enabled by Azir, what ends up happening is you have these 2 guys dive into the backline. You have the Rumble try to get to the backline as well, throw down his ultimate. If you focus either of them, they just Zanyas. And you're getting hit by Sneaky the entire time. Yep. And it's a very self-sufficient AD carry. And you look at the people on Gravity who can catch a Tristana, there aren't very many.
No. You have to hit a Glacial Fissure as soon as she's jumping.
Pretty much. You have to hit her with an arrow. Glacial Fissure as she's jumping. But if she's just playing to her range, which increases as the game goes further, it's much harder to reach her.
Really, they need to use a priority ultimate or a skill just to stop Tristana. Explosive Cask, Flash Body Slammer.
You have to be perfect.
Be tough. They don't have that much lockdown to put right on top of her, and we're seeing Sneaky be able to get out of these fights. Only died one time throughout that laning phase. Now they're fighting 33 minutes in. Cloud9's trying to defend their base. They can still work off that inhibitor down top, and they have a minion wave pushing in the bot side here that could actually do a little bit of damage, it seems, if they can start getting a fight with gravity and they can't get back to it. This is what we knew Cloud9 from before as well. So maybe sometimes they'd falter if they didn't have a good vision in the early game, and then their fighting prowess would absolutely take control.
That's true. Cloud9 were always the team that had that teamwork coming into team fights.
Right.
And it seems like they're recapturing some of that. There's only a 200 gold difference between these two teams now. It is so minuscule. They are neck and neck. Or sorry, 2,000 is what I meant.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a 0.
2,200.
It works out so well for them, though. We talked about it in pregame that under high is kind of meant for leadership.
Right to Sneaky.
Oh my word. Chaos Storm with a whole front-loaded section of damage coming in from Gravity. Now onto Balls. They take him down. Equalizer wasn't even used, and Gravity turned the switch. Cloud9 was not even ready for that fight.
They're going to get so much off of this. 30 seconds on the death timers. They have a bit of a minion wave. Are they going to keep going for it? They might be able to take out a Nexus turret or two.
What is going on with games in North America right now? We saw.
Oh, high goes in!
Wait a minute, this could be a stop. Incarnation goes for Keen. That's the damage. He flashes out. The Zanyas is there, but only to make Incarnation look good before he goes down. Hanser takes down high on the backside as well, and that is going to be all she wrote. A few minions coming in. That's going to be all that they need. Sneaky is coming up. Incarnation's going to be there. And Sneaky, if he can get one reset out of Keen or move, they aren't going to have those charges yet. For the Zeeks, they may be able to get back into this one. Knocking them away. They can keep themselves alive. Trying their damnedest to do so. 34-55. It's Perseverance.